great-grandmother, Mama Cole. Mama Cole's husband was...
His name is Napoleon.
Napoleon.
Grandpa Pole.
Now that's the only thing we know about that part of that. Now,
my grandmother, Big Mama, her name was Alonia Samuel Smart. Then she had another girl who was the oldest, was named Desta. And her name was Desta Samuel Powell.
Big Mama married Arthur Smart. She was a Samuel, but she married Arthur Smart, which we call Big Daddy. Mm-hmm. To that reunion, there was 13 children, of which your grandmother, Big Mama, was the oldest.
7 girls and 6 boys.
There was Mama Gertrude, there was Aunt Annie, Aunt Ella, Casey, Uncle JP, Uncle Orsi, Uncle O.C., and then Aunt Edna, Uncle JC, Virgie, Sweetie, and Veg.
Well, Sweetie's name was Lena Lee.
And they said Vig, but her name was really Vicky. But we say Vig, so we'll leave it that way. And Dusty was married to Uncle Frank Powell. I can't give you nothing about where he came from or his background.
Okay?
Louisiana. To that reunion were 10 children? 11 children. Now we don't...
A total of 24 children of those 2 girls.
Amazing.
They had babies. Okay, there was Truman, Eddie, Jesse, Jim, Pee-wee, Freddie. The girls were Murdy, Martha,
Maxine were twins.
They were twins. Now we leave there and we come to the married part, which starts with Amoni, Gertrude, married Joe Hawthorne. To this reunion were 6 children, 7 with JC. But JC was, with the connection between that, is his mother was named Miss Carutha. That was our oldest brother, Carutha. Daddy did not marry Miss Carutha, but of the 6 children that Mom and Daddy had, Miss came out. Joanna, Miss Bossa came along, Beauty Carol, Dollar Lee, Mr. Linrow,
Your father.
Yeah. Then after that, there was Mr. Handsome,
Skates
Edward.
He was so thin they called him Skates.
Then my mama had 2 little strangers come along. One was named Lewis Hawthorne. The other one was named Jerry. But we call him Singer, baby. Then we go into, now this is 3 sisters. Aunt Annie. Aunt Annie was the mother. I don't know how many children. I can't tell you how many. I'm going to say 13, like Big Mama.
9 living.
Now I'm going to try and call Beatty can get into the name because I don't know. There was, LJ was the oldest. After that, she miscarried 2 children I know of. Then there came Lonnie Lee.
Woodrow.
Then Patsy Ruth. Lonnie.
Donald.
Earl and Anthony. And Helen was the baby. Then it came Aunt Ella. And Aunt Ella married Uncle Land. And Uncle Land was our heart. Aunt Ella and Uncle Land had 5 kids. Virgiline was the oldest. Cecil was next. Willie was next. Bobby, Dolores Faye. Now, Aunt Evelyn remarried after they separated. Uncle Tommy, they had 4. Uncle was the oldest. Tommy Lee, there's 2 of them, and Kenneth. Now, Aunt Edna had now 1 child. Which to Daddy's side. And the best information that I can give you about Daddy is when we were born, we did not have a grandmother nor a grandfather because Daddy is it was 6 or 7 of them.
15.
What? I don't know.
There were 15 of them, and they died. All with Uncle Mike.
With that disease.
And that
It was a disease that killed
oh,
all of
that
them,
was the
wasn't
7 twins there.
Yeah.
Teeny and Teenites. That was the 7. Big Daddy had 7 twins. That's why we said we didn't want to have, me and Beatty, we were making sure we didn't have no twins, because Daddy already had some.
I didn't have no control over that.
Twin brothers.
However, Dad is dead. We didn't have no grandfather. Someone was passing through.
That's right.
And they knocked on the door, and Daddy's father answered. And he said, have you seen, I'm just saying, Mary Lou. Have you seen Mary Lou? He said, no. So he took out a gun and the boom, so you will see her now. That terminated his life. He went on down the street for and so forth. But then his mother, the reason we don't have a grandmother, she was busy trying to take care of all of those children when medicine was not as improved as it is today. And they were trying to get her to take care of herself, as well. Because the children were so sick and they said, you look like you said, oh, we're going to take care of our kids. She died, and the baby died in her arm at the same time. All her kids died, but Dad, Uncle Mike, and Aunt Christine.
And what she done, she had went to the cemetery and buried one and came back. And that's when she got sick and died.
But she had a sick baby that was dying in her arm at the same
time. So that's how that part of the family. Now when it come down to knowing exactly who all of Daddy's family, we can tell you this. There was the Hunters. Kalam Hunter was his first cousin. Hunter. Ida and Babe were sisters. Now who else was there, I don't know. But Ida married Kalam Hunter, and that's how we got the Hunter family. And that was a ton of, might have been 15, 16 of them, but that was a lot of them. Now that was the Burnhams. We can't really tell you anything about them because we never really got to know. There was a minister in Daddy's side. It was first cousin. His name was Lucky Lee. They called him Lucky Lee. What his real name was, I don't know. All we know is Lucky Lee. Uncle Mike had one daughter. But we saw another one.
In-laws had a daughter
for Uncle Mike.
Oh, yeah,
that's what it was. That's what it was. She had a daughter for Uncle Mike.
Because she lived in Michigan.
That's the girl.
That's the girl that sat down that looked just like us. That's the one.
Now, you spoke about the Hunter. What did Ira Joe Hunter come in?
Ira Joe Hunter was
Daddy's first cousin.
Daddy's first cousin because he and Kalam, there was 2 brothers. And that's how Ira Joe Hunter came into the family.
And he was a musician.
He was a musician.
He sang the blues.
Where were they raised at?
One of them was raised in Port Arthur.
And the other Hunters was raised up there in
Magnolia Springs.
And also up there in Liberty.
So Big Daddy, Joe Hawthorne, Uncle Mike, and Aunt Christine were raised in Weirgate?
No, Dad and them had to find Aunt Christine because she left home real
She was a wanderer because she was working wherever she could find work.
And she went to work for Rock Island, Railroad, and she worked in Curryville at the Harvey House. A lot of recipes that you see, salads, she didn't get credit for it, but they're on menus right now. That was Aunt Christine's stuff. But they finally found Aunt Christine. Because Aunt Christine had Susie. Susie was named after our grandmother on her dad's side. Her name was Susie. Grandma Susie. Susie, our cousin Susie, just passed.
On that side with Joe.
That was who she was named after.
Okay.
And Dad was named after his daddy.
And then she
Joseph. But Daddy took Joe for short.
And Susie. She raised Susie. Babe did. Now, wait a minute. Let's go back. Daddy had another sister. She was a Benson. Now, her daddy married our grandmother. grandmother, but she died during the influenza. No, they didn't marry, did they? No. She had a baby, and it was Aunt Florence. That was, that's how we came by Aunt Florence as our Amy, is because, and Mr. Benson went to court and beat, and Ben looking like a white man, and what he really was. He won the case and raised her, and he married Aunt Evelina's Amy, and Aunt Evelina Amy raised Aunt Florence. But Dad and them, Aunt Florence was the one was bound and determined. She knew she had 2 brothers and a sister. She knew that. She found them herself. That's how Aunt Florence found them. She knew because they didn't tell her as a little girl. But when she got grown and knew her family roots, she found Daddy, Aunt Christine, and Uncle Mike herself. Now that's what was told to me. Now that's the best I can give you. Then it goes on down to other parts of the family, which I can't talk about because we don't know them. You see what I'm saying? Because they're the younger generation, we never knew them. Now if Lewis was here, he can give the whole history of them, couldn't he?
But now see, couldn't be and come out of them. All those are sons, sisters, whatever. So they are Daddy's cousins. Son is Daddy's cousin. And Daddy and son married 2 sisters. So we are first cousins.
And first cousins.
And then they are our uncles.
So it's a long, but that's the biggest journey because you know most of our family that didn't live to old age, they died young.
Hard work.
But now there is a side of our family which is Samuel's. We cannot go into it and talk about it because there was Conlard, Condone, Conbud, and all of them, Concam. All of them was
The same side on Big Mama.
that was on Big Mama's side. But we can't say because we can't go way down history and tell you about them. Addie and her mother, and all of them, they are related to us. But they're on Big Mama's side. Is somewhere wherein we just don't lost track of who's who. Because it's history that if I'd have been smart, I'd have kept up with it years ago.
Now on Daddy's side, he had relatives there in Weirgate. All I can remember is Aunt Emma and Aunt Molly. Now those were Daddy's. The Levices. There were Levices on Mother's side too. But it was a different set of Levices. But on Daddy's side, it was Aunt Emma and Aunt Molly.
They didn't have children.
And if we bring it into our current generations, Aunt Joanna, you were married
Joanna.
to and live in
Kansas, which
You had
and Jerry Hawthorne married who?
Georgia Finney from Orange, Texas,
Jasper.
by way of Jasper.
And you live?
We live now in Tracy, California.
And your offspring?
And my offspring, we have 4 children, and I have 1 outside child, and his name is Raymond Anthony Peacock, by my cousin, and I don't disown him. That is my son. He's the oldest of all of them. And he's 54 years old. My oldest daughter is 53, Tammy, and Vanessa Hawthorne. And then I have Eldoris Nanette. She'll be 53, her birthday. They're real close. And then I have another daughter named Rosalind Hawthorne. That's before your sister Rosalind Hawthorne. So I have the first Rosalind Hawthorne. Rosalind Denise Hawthorne. And my baby boy, which is Jerry Lavelle Hawthorne Jr., he is 47 years old. I have about 17 or 18 grandchildren. I have about 7 or 8 great-grandchildren.
I married Lewis Hawthorne. We had 4 children. Louis Hawthorne Jr., Paul Eric Hawthorne, Jacqueline Hawthorne, and Rosalind Denise Hawthorne. How many grandchildren I got? 13.
Beverly Hawthorne.
Who we married to?
Linda Hawthorne.
Where do you live?
Orange State.
How many kids?
5 kids.
And their names?
Kathy Hawthorne, Milton Hawthorne, Elton Hawthorne, and Clifton Hawthorne, and Valerie Hawthorne.
And how many grandkids you have?
We lost
We
count.
have about 56 of them. About 56 great
And I was
grandkids.
born in Weir Gate, Texas. We moved to Orange, Texas in 1945, late 1945. I stayed here for a while, left here, went to school in Beaumont. Graduated in 1951. Came back, started working at Starks High School. Met and married my husband, the late Ira Carroll. We were together for almost 40 years till the Lord called him home. To that union, we had 4 children and I had a stepson. They are Leonard Earl, son who's the oldest. He lives in Lufkin, Texas. Don Carroll, who's our oldest together. Vern Carroll, Diane Carroll, my deceased daughter, the oldest of 2 girls, and Sonia Carroll. Jose had no birth children, but he does have children by his wife. She had 4 children, 3 girls and a boy. And she has about 6 grandchildren. Vern had 3 girls, Leonard had 3, and he has 3 grandchildren. No, 2 girls and a boy. Then Diane, she had 2 children. One who preceded her in death by act of violence, as Sean. She had a daughter, Lanisha. Lanisha has 1 son, Ja'Cory, and 2 daughters. Vern's children are Stacy, Vanessa, and Brittany. And the baby girl, who is Brittany Nicole, she has 1 daughter, and that daughter is Lila. Stacy has 2 little girls. I have as many great-grandchildren as I have
I
grandchildren.
had 1 daughter. I had 3 children. My husband had Paul Walker, Harold Walker, of which Harold is deceased. We had Veronica, who's deceased. Lena had 3 children, 2 boys. And where's Miss Miss? She back there somewhere.
I'm right here.
There she is. That's Crystal Marie. That's her little boy there. She's married to, where's Donnell?
Right here.
Right here.
So this is her great grandbaby.
That's my great. But I also have, Derek has 5 children. And Paul has 3 children and about 5 grands. So that made me a great-grandma. Harold didn't have any children at all. He had an adopted son, Raymond.
I'm Milton Hawthorne. I'm the son of Leonard Hawthorne that's deceased. This is my mother, Beverly Ann Hawthorne. My son, that's well, we call him Chip. His real name is Stacey Ray Hawthorne. But
I'm Eric
that's
Hawthorne,
Chip.
son of Louis Hawthorne, who's deceased, and Jacqueline Hawthorne.
I'm Jacqueline Michelle Hawthorne Aaron. I'm the daughter of Louis and Clyde Hawthorne. I am the adopted daughter of Edward and Clara Hawthorne.
Carlos Ward, son of Carlos Ward from Houston, Texas. Jacqueline Hawthorne Aaron. And then I also have a daughter named Jelani Shea Ward, which is 2 years old.
I'm Whitney Ward, now married Felder, daughter of Jacqueline Hawthorne Aaron and Carlos Ward. And I have 1 daughter, Jada Felder. And my husband is Creighton Felder of Columbia, South Carolina.
I am Crystal Jones. I am Joanna Walker's granddaughter, daughter of Lena Walker, deceased. I'm married to Darnell Jones. You going to picture? And we have 1 son, Christian Jones.
Langston. Tell him your
I
name.
have nothing to say.
This is Lane. He's the son of Alton Hawthorne, who is the son of Lenro and Beverly Hawthorne.
I'm Jerry Hawthorne, the brother of Joanna, Beatty, and Edward Hawthorne. The 4 remaining original Hawthornes.
Edward Hawthorne.
Who'd you marry?
Clara Hawthorne.
Where'd you live?
Orange, Texas.
I'm Patrick Thibodeau Jr. I'm the grandson of Beverly Hawthorne and Leroy Hawthorne, the son of my grandmother's and grandfather's eldest child, Kathy. She is deceased. I have 2 kids myself from previous marriage. I have a nearly 19-year-old son, Patrick III, and I have a 5-year-old daughter, Aaliyah Thibodeau. And hoping the future me and my baby has to know.
Byron Craig Young Hawthorne. I'm the remaining son of Edward Hawthorne. I'm glad to be part of this family. I'm glad that y'all embrace me. You know, it's one thing I knew that y'all did. Thank y'all, you know, for accepting me. 2 girls and 1 boy, and 1 grandson this year.
Amen.
I have learned what our responsibility as parents are. Our responsibilities as parents is to bring our children up to know who the Lord is.
Amen.
That's our #1 goal. If we teach our children who the Lord is, the school will teach them the ABCs. But we as parents, we need to know the Lord,
Yes.
so that we can instill into our children to have a personal relationship
Amen.
with the Lord.
Yes.
That's our #1 goal, is to teach our children to know who the Lord is for themselves.
I'd just like to say, on behalf of me and my husband, he went home to be with the Lord 28 years ago. But you know, I look back, and as Jerry was saying, we had a responsibility to our children. We had a responsibility, first of all, to teach them, to bring them up in the fear and admonition of the Lord. And also, I have always felt like I had a responsibility to get my children to the place where they could be in a position to take care of themselves. And my husband was very big on education. Now the boys, he told, y'all could choose to go if you want to. But it was no ifs and ands and buts about the girls. They going to school. He said, because if you get out there and end up with the wrong man, he said, before I have to come and do something to them, y'all would be in a position to take care of yourselves. And it's one thing I always taught my children. In this family, it's one for all and all for one. And in the Hawthorne family as a whole, I would like for us to adopt that principle and live by it each day. All for one and one for all. When one is in trouble, all the rest comes to the rescue. Because we don't live unto ourselves. We are a family. United.
You never give up. You keep trying, you'll always get there. Never get up. You're going to reach that goal. And you keep climbing.
Amen.
And there's a lot of wisdom in never fail to talk to older people.
Amen.
Older people got a lot to give you. If you keep talking to them, they'll give you something you can use in life. My teacher told me a long time ago in high school, sometimes we talk too much. They say if a fish keep his mouth closed, he never will get caught. But you can use that in any kind of way in life. Just think about it. If you keep your mouth shut, or if you open, you use that any way you want to. Any way you want to, that carry through life. Listen, sometimes you just look and listen. And you learn a lot. Don't go on the job thinking you know everything. Do what the man say do. Don't say, oh, I know my job. No, you do what he says. You come out there. You come home every Friday with a check. And it's very important that you bring money home every weekend. Very important. If you don't, something will go wrong.
And in 1989, the advice, one of the things that you said, never volunteer any information.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you use that, that's what, if a fish keep his mouth closed. Don't tell everybody everything. That's what goes into it. If a fish keep his mouth closed. Use it any way you want to, but think about it. Think about it.
I'm not going to leave angry because you disagree with me. I'm going to leave in love because I know you did disagree with me. I love everybody. Your disagreement means that you must love me somewhere, some way.
Amen.
And I'd like to see all of us come together.
I'm Valerie Hawthorne Martin, the baby daughter of Lenro and Beverly Hawthorne. And this has been a blessing. This has been a homecoming for our Aunt Clara, sister, we lovingly called her. And it's been kind of rough, bumpy for the last couple of days, but the Lord put a song on my heart. And I haven't sung probably since high school. You guys pray for me. I'm very nervous, but I'm going to serenade the family because I think this is what the Lord wants me to do. Okay? Why should I feel, I'm so nervous, discouraged?
Sing your song.
And why should the shadows come? And why should my heart feel lonely?
Yes, Lord.
And long for heaven's home when Jesus is my portion. How come?
Yes, Lord.
Friend
Yes.
He
Yes,
His eyes is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me, and I see
Lord. Sing it, baby. Sing it.
I'm happy.
Yes.
And I sing because I'm free.
Yeah. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Thank you.
The sparrow, and I know He watches.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Yes.
He watches over me. Thank you.
I want to say I want to take to all the family, especially my sisters and my brothers that came to be with me in this hard time. You never know what a person got in their mind when something happens like this. Because they coming to support me, it changes a lot of things. It brought me closer to them. And my nieces, my nephews, and my grandchildren, all. I thank you.